camera. Hey, shalom, shalom. Want to start saying all praise and glory to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honor to our apostle, us great millstone. Our peace and mercy be unto the Lord's elect out there. Teaching the word, the truth, and sincerity. As you already know, man, we the brothers from the branch of Gms Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Come back at y'all another video. And, you know what I mean, to preach the word, the truth, and sincerity, and to prophesy to the Lord's elect out there, wherever they may be. And to prophesy the downfall and destruction of this place, known as Babylon, the Great Scriptures. And to tell the heathens, you know what I'm saying, their judgment, man. But we're going to start off in 1 John 2.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2, beginning at verse 13. I write unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I write unto you, young men, because ye have overcome the wicked one. I write unto you, little children, because ye have known the Father.
Right, and they say I write unto you, fathers. And basically, the Lord had men, you know what I'm saying, the prophets, appoint these letters to particular men known as the elect during that time, and this go around the same thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not out here for good. We're not out here for so-called black people, man. We're not out here for so-called Puerto Ricans and the rest of the tribes, man. We're out here for the elect of the nation of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, man, to preach to them, you know what I'm saying, what the scriptures actually entail, man. Contrary to popular belief, man, the Lord, when he was on the scene, he wasn't preaching to all of the nation of Israel to receive the word. That's why he spoke in parables, man. And then the disciples even asked him, you know what I'm saying? He said, why speakest thou unto them in parables, man? And the Lord said, it's given unto you, you know what I'm saying, to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, man. Everybody ain't going to receive what we're saying, man. Y'all good. Bring that back.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 13. I write unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I write unto you, young men, because ye have overcome the wicked one.
Right, and a part of us overcoming the wicked one is overcoming ourselves as well, man. There's certain things that the Heavenly Father purging from us, you know what I'm saying, that he sees as a fault, you know what I'm saying? And that's why the ministry is ultimately for, you know, it's not just about learning precepts and this, that, and the third, and, you know, keeping the laws, even though that's a part of it, but the Lord is more so concerned with the inward man, you know what I'm saying? Like, if your spirit is upright, you know what I'm saying? So overcoming the wicked one also, too, is going to overcome yourself as well, but mainly overcoming this devil and his system, though, you know what I'm saying? Good.
It says, I write unto you, little children, because ye have known the Father.
Keep going.
Verse 14, I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, abideth in you.
Right, it said the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai abideth in us, man. Because the Lord gave us this word, man, and it was going to be sealed within the elect, man. You know what I'm saying? We go to it all the time. Give me real quick. I know I'll tell you the whole something else, but give me 2 Corinthians 1:21. Because once
That's weird, because I was about to get 3 and 16.
Oh, can't hold that. Get the one on 2 Corinthians 1. Because the brother just read that. Bring that last part back and we're going to hop into that.
It says, because ye are strong in the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because ye are strong in the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one.
Right, it's the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai abideth in us. Now, in order for it to get drawn out, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the word education goes back to. It means to draw out. You have to have a teacher, you know what I'm saying? Because the word is already placed within the elect throughout each and every empire. You know what I'm saying? It just happened to take men, whether you heard it on video, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, you've seen brothers in person. Once you stop by a camp or you stop by or you watch a video, the Lord lock you in and the Spirit have you to where you get to learn it. Then you basically the Spirit take hold of you where you get to receiving this knowledge, man. That's the word abiding in us. Second Corinthians 1, 21. It's 21. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah. It's 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21. Now he which established us with you in the Mashiach and have anointed us in Yahweh who hath also sealed us,
Right.
and given the earnest of the Spirit in our hearts.
Right. And now we always go into this word seal. If you can, Bob Shah, look up the blue letter word seal for that, man. Because remember, he just read how the word abideth in us, right? You know what I'm saying? So when you go into that word seal, once the elect was received the word, they heard it, they was gonna be sealed. You know what I'm saying? In other words, it's nothing nobody can do to pluck the elect out of the Lord's hand. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's certain things that happen within your life where Satan try to sift you as wheat, as the scriptures talk about, but it don't work. You know what I'm saying? You might have your falls and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. Or another example is you might hear the word like and then somebody might come with another philosophy or doctrine. And they try to trip you up and take you out the truth. If you ain't sealed, then you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, it talked about that in Revelation, Matthew 13th chapter. Somewhere on stony ground, somewhere on good ground. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on that good ground. You got that.
Yeah, this is stragizo.
Yep.
It says a signet or permanent mark for security or preservation, literally or figuratively, by implementation to keep secret, to attest, to seal up.
We'll keep going.
Now I'm gonna scroll down to the outline, beautiful use.
Right, and remember this is for 2 Corinthians 1 and 22 for that word seal, y'all.
To set a seal upon, marked with a seal to seal, for security from Satan.
Yeah, it said that's one definition right there it says security from Satan. So the elect, once like I said, he read how the word abideth in us, right? And once you receive the word, if you are part of the elect, the Lord seals you. You know what I'm saying? So from that point on, it said you got security from Satan, man. Wow. So no matter what anybody do or say, you know what I'm saying, whether it's somebody coming up with another philosophy or your trials and tribulation, won't nothing get you out the truth because you sealed. You know what I'm saying? Keep going with the definitions. Go.
I was gonna say, you remind me of the precept where it talk about if it were possible, they would see it.
Matthew 24, right?
Amplifying that, you know, it's impossible, showing that it's impossible to see the elect. So I like that where it say, defense from Satan. Right? Paraphrase.
Yeah, it says security from Satan, bro. Yeah, but the one in Matthew, you talking about Matthew 24, right?
Yeah.
Jump down where it said to confirm, authenticate.
Okay, this is
it's the same definition for that word seal, but he jumping down because they give you different definitions. You know what I'm saying? But
definition D, in order to prove, confirm, or attest a thing, to confirm, authenticate, place beyond doubt.
Right. So the Lord, he's basically he want to authenticate us. He want to see if it's real about the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it said, righteous men are tried in the fire. You know what I'm saying? So basically, Lord purged us, man. So going back to what we were talking about, this is a purging process that needs to take place, man. You know what I'm saying?
It says to prove one's testimony to a person that he is who he professed to be.
Right, and you starting to see that now, man. Like the guys with Sakari and all them, because them dudes, like I said, they keep coming up, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes you don't want to talk about a subject, but it be the spirit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These dudes, they starting to prove, what they're really about, man. Making merchandise of the Lord, the word of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like selling things. But ain't nothing wrong with selling stuff, but it's when you attach the ministry with it and you make merchandise of the.
Sell it on your own, like a side hustle.
Yeah, side hustle. Yeah.
The truth.
Yeah, that's why the Lord went up in there. You know what I'm saying? He made the Lord's house a den of thieves, bro. You know. You had that. No, did you finish that up? I know you said something to you, right? This is what's still on our topic. Yeah, y'all good.
Oh yeah, because you had said about cleaning up the inside and first starting with yourself, because it first starts with us. This is 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh. It is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instructions and righteousness. And that first starts with us, because we can't be out here trying to correct somebody else and we not correcting ourselves first. It says that the man of God, who we protesting and claiming to be, Lord willing, may be perfect, thoroughly furnished in all good works. So it starts with us first.
That's what this truth is about, man. Like I said, I made mention of it before. It's about basically getting your spirit right with the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the law, we went through it before, and we read Galatians, the law was simply a schoolmaster, man. You know what I'm saying? It was something that, it was a tool, like the teacher, the law was a teacher to bring you to Yahushua, basically get you right. You know what I'm saying? In the sense when you get purged and purified enough to where you get cleaned up enough to where now you're presentable to Yahushua. Then when Yahushua came on the scene back then, it's like now that the law in its essence was done away with to a certain extent, where there's certain things you didn't have to do because Yahushua just
It's like having a tutor. The tutor is there to build you up to where you don't need her no more. You put it to where the law is there to where you do it so much to where it's like part of you. Like, well, I know better than to go sleep with somebody else's woman. I know better than to eat pork. You feel me? I'm built up enough not to do this and not to do that.
It becomes second nature, basically.
Yeah,
it's like a fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's like you more than likely, like, you know, you do something like the fighter been trained, been conditioned so long, repetition. Like say you might do this, he gonna slip. It's like it's natural. So it's like automatic. It's automatic, man. That's how it is with the truth, man. Like after a while, the laws they be in you. You know what I'm saying?
That's something I was meditating on. That's the spirit that y'all saying that. Cause I was meditating on this quote that I came up with. It's pretty much going into being rooted is stronger than keeping the law. You know what I mean? Because once you become rooted, there's certain things that you know in your spirit that you better off not doing.
Real shit.
You know what I mean? It's like going through the same. That the word is saying, going into doing the same thing over and over and over again. Well, we go through these afflictions over and over and over again, and use the wisdom to know, like, it's wise not to do that again. But I got a precept though. It's a good news translation of the book of Sirach. So it's like one of the newer translations, but it's still I'm gonna pull it because I like the way that they have put it in there, even though I don't really like all the new translations.
If it's edifying, I can bring it up.
This book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "My child, if you are going to serve the Lord, be prepared for times when you will be put to the test. Be sincere and determined. Keep calm when trouble comes. Stay with the Lord, never abandon him, and you will be prosperous at the end of your days." It says, "Accept whatever happens to you, even if you suffer humiliation. Be patient." This is the point. It says, "Gold is tested by fire, and human character is tested in the furnace of humiliation."
That's what we was going into. You gotta go through things, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gotta purify you, man. It's all a purifying process, man, for us to potentially get placed on them chariots, man. I'm pretty sure they're gonna handle it, y'all.
But one last thing, the word that it said was human character. You know, because like he was going into the elect. You know, because it's a amount of men that's predestined. You know what I mean? So
we all got flaws that we you know what I mean, constantly progressing and trying to get better on. So ain't none of us here to point the finger at each other. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing this and nitpicking and shit. But you know what I'm saying? It is a point in time where you do see if you see a brother that's going all hella off, bro, you gotta say something, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's likened to pursuing the book of Judah, pulling your brother out the fire, so to speak, man. You know what I'm saying? If you just see him going like hella off, and you know what I mean, obviously,
the law.
Yeah, bro.
What was that? Leviticus 17 and 19, or 19 and 17, if you not suffer sin upon him.
Yeah, if you can put it, bro.
Like y'all said, that with the you got the beam in your own eye.
Yeah.
Self-examine yourself.
Yeah. Because ultimately too, we all here to help one another, man.
There you go.
And you should want to see brothers do better. You know what I'm saying? Like it might seem like some brothers I got you. Right? It might seem like some brothers might be a little more harder. You know what I'm saying, on you. You know what I'm saying? And some brothers need that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro, because all of us got different spirits to where.
That's why you need that in the camp. Yep. That's why you got the arm, the body, the leg, the head, because we all one body. Some brothers more stern.
Yeah.
Some is more like silly and cool and laid back.
Yep.
But it's a need
Balance.
for all of them.
Like it's a balance. Because
There
brothers
you
that got
go.
children, especially if you got a bunion, you know what I'm saying? You would know that it's all right. This you might have 2-3 sons. I can talk to this son different the way I talk to him. He might get it more.
Right.
One son might be more hard headed than the other. You got to constantly get on his ass. Same way with brothers, bro. It's like even though we grown men, but some brothers you gotta be with. Some brothers you gotta just be a little bit more stern with, or a little bit more, gentle, so to speak. But it all works out for the better. And then you got some brothers who damn near like I almost say almost perfectly balanced, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you had them brothers, bro.
Sometimes you ain't got to tell them about nothing.
Yeah, bro.
They already know.
You got that.
This is
They out there, bro. I ain't a lot
I
of
know.
shit.
Con.
Yeah, right?
this the book.
What's
No,
up?
you
Going
good.
good?
You good.
How you
This
doing?
the book
ain't
of
cold?
Leviticus.
Zip it up, girl.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. It says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him."
That's part of the law, bro. You got to rebuke, man. And that's part of our culture, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why we grew up in this society thinking, you know what I'm saying, if you are getting on your brother's ass, and you know what I mean, that you hate.
Right,
You
right.
hate. That's black culture shit, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus, Jake think he fucking know it all. You
Bro,
feel
real
like,
talk.
Rebuke just means correction. Jake, you don't know it all.
Yeah, bro.
Jake, you don't know shit for real,
Nah,
Jake.
nah.
I mean, for real, Jake, you need correction, man.
Bro,
That's
we
love,
need
man.
correction, bro. The apostles correct each other, bro. Y'all got
Like, I got a precept real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 32. He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul, but he that heareth reproof getteth understanding. And pursuing Job 28, I believe, understanding is depart from evil. So if you despise reproof, then, you flee in the evil. Being anti-Messiah, like Elder Yasawan would say, a lot of flub, exactly. That's what you exhibit when you despise the truth.
Yeah, bro. You can't be that brother in the camp, you know what I'm saying? Brother says something to you.
You can't tell him nothing.
You can't tell him nothing, man.
You get mad and shit.
Yeah, man. That ain't what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like all of us have moments where we have flaws, bro. And then Satan hop on us from time to time, bro. So it is what it is. We're gonna hit that and then we're gonna get this prophecy.
This is what the Proverbs chapter 27, verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. It says, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
Right.
And you had said something about, rebuke as far as, we need it. Well, in the ancient times, the way that we was rebuked was getting put to death.
Yeah, bro.
Like a bad children and shit like that, they was getting put straight to death. So, like you was going into, we got to be able to take this rebuke and just run with it. You know what I mean?
Because you can't. You have some more.
That's pretty much
Okay,
it.
I was about to say, just want to hop on that point. You can't be. I mentioned it earlier before we started camp. You know what I mean? You might look at, when we look at brothers as being potential man of the Lord, and then if you're a potential man of the Lord, a brother getting on, you can't be like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Well, I thought
Man of the Lord.
right. You know what I'm saying? I thought your brother was a man of the Lord. Don't you listen to the prophets?
Con.
If we all consider ourselves men of the Lord, so it's
This Proverbs 9 and 8. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will beget wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. But it said reprove not a scorner unless he hate thee, because when you correct our people, it's like a certain feeling that they get, like, man, it's fucking niggas, man, they can't tell me shit, man. You don't know who I am, man. I'm motherfucking.
And that's what it said. It said, but it said rebuke before all, so that others may fear that see it. You know what I'm saying? So
what's going on, man?
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, sorry to
No, you
interrupt
good,
what
you
you guys
good.
got going on. But I just want to kind of touch base with you guys because you were talking to your buddies over there. The business they're in front of is getting ready to open.
Okay.
That's why he called us. He wanted us to come out and just kind of let everyone know that they're about to open for business and they're expecting a little bit larger crowd in about an hour.
Okay.
And he would like the sidewalk was clear, so it was
Gotcha.
patrons can.
And we know you guys are respectful about the businesses.
Gotcha.
We've seen when Uptown opened, you guys slid over.
Gotcha.
So we're not trying to create a problem. You guys are always good about leaving the sidewalk open.
Gotcha.
But we did get the call today, so we just want to give you the courtesy to let you know what's going on.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
y'all
man.
so much, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah,
You guys stay warm as you can, man. We told them to slide down.
Yeah.
So if you got to readjust to do your thing,
Gotcha,
you know, handle your business, okay?
Gotcha.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, gentlemen. Take it easy.
Have a good day.
Yo. Where's we at?
He was gonna Mr. Samson.
Shamak.
I was reading.
Mr. Samson.
Oh yeah.
You got it, brother.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Give me that. Let's hop to some props, y'all. Whatever you got, bro.
Okay, this is Joel.
Yeah, I was going to say something too before you get it, because matter of fact, I don't know if you're gonna get Joel too, but get that. Oh, that's spirit. Yeah, get that from the top. The situation over there in Ukraine. I think they still deploying more troops. You know what I'm saying? Russia's still deploying more troops over there to Ukraine.
And it's something about the trucks that's like a truck.
They just delivered Putin just delivered what's it called, like blood care packs, like,
yeah, like I need something about.
yeah, for the medical and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like
MREs and
yeah,
all
he
that
said he
shit.
don't, like he said it's nowhere to retreat. He told the dude like there ain't nowhere to retreat.
Yeah.
Meaning like they gonna stay where they at, they gonna
Yeah.
push forward.
And more than likely they gonna proxy wars, trade wars. They gonna do all that shit because Biden was talking about putting sanctions on Russia. You know what I'm saying? And you know all that's gonna lead to is just more tension. You know what I'm saying? Because when you place sanctions on a country, you might stop particular let's say you might stop particular trade routes, or you might stop particular things on the country that they can't do. They can't import this or they can't export that, or certain other little petty shit you doing to fuck up their money. You know what I'm saying? So that's just gonna lead to more tension, man. So and Putin, man, you can tell like that dude got a serious warrior and
Real
a serious demeanor.
So
He ready to go.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that nigga. I think he. Not for nothing, bro. That's
Spider.
bro. That nigga, he a black belt in jiu-jitsu, man. Yeah, bro.
He got a fighter spirit. Right
Yeah,
there.
bro.
We not backing down.
Yeah.
We on go mode.
Hey, he said if Russia don't exist, if they attack Russia and Russia don't exist, why should the rest of the world exist? That's the mindset he in, man.
And you know what? That's true you're speaking on, because he reminded me of like a James Bond villain or something. Like he wouldn't. No, seriously, he wouldn't like fought like they old jiu-jitsu team or
Yeah.
like each one though. Like
One-on-one.
One-on-one. Individuals.
One-on-one.
Yeah, he a bad motherfucker.
This is something that I came across earlier when my phone about to die from to skip the head. But this is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound the alarm in my holy mountain.
Right, and that's what we're doing right now, man. We're blowing a trumpet, man. You know what I mean? When you blow a trumpet, you're alarming the people in the village or the city that something is about to happen. Incoming danger. That's what watchmen are for, man. The watchman is there. You sit on the watchtower, the water vacuum, and then you see what's happening from afar, man. And you alert the people. You sound different ram's horn or whatever, or different horn to let people know what's going on in the city, man.
It says, in my holy mountain, and let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Right, and these people, they not trembling, man, because they don't think nothing is happening, man. Bro, I'm talking about, like, if you honestly think America is about to bounce back from what's happening, you have no idea of what's coming, man.
Loony.
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Loony.
Yeah, bro, you delusional, man, at that too, man. You know, it's all type of signs that's pointing to the downfall and destruction of this place. And not only that, they're switching to a digital economy, man. They're gonna start bringing in them. I think I said it in the group chat. There's an Edomite woman. Her name is Catherine Austin Fitz.
I watched that.
She's real good with the geopolitics, man. She'll break it down in a simple form so average people can understand it. She was going into once they roll out the digital. The new digital system, which is the fourth industrial revolution, the CBDCs, which is the central bank digital currencies, and the passports, the C19 passports. She was saying in that video, your freedom will be basically done away with because they'll have complete control of over your entire business. It's like for brothers, make it simpler. When you got a credit card, and let's say you ready to use cash, and let's say you owe a bill, they can just take that straight from your account, man. You look up, you like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? They can close out accounts, they can do X, Y, Z. But imagine that on a higher level, on a higher level.
Think about the low level Jakes. All I got is 200, and my bills due, my children hungry, and I owe $170, and they just come take the whole 170. They ain't gonna give a fuck about your kids.
Yep.
What else you gotta pay or nothing?
Yep.
It's gonna just be, man, shit.
Yep. And it's programmable money. The CBDCs is programmable money. So in other words, let's say they can program the digital currency to only be spent at this store. It's like a gift card.
Right.
Like you can't. The gift card has money on there, right? Mm-hmm. But they'll say, well, you only can use it at this, at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be like. So with the new CBDCs, right? They can swap it out to where instead of using that currency universally everywhere, you only can use that particular stores, whatever the store they want it to be though. That's what the layout of the system is starting to be, and this is why John the Revelator spoke about it. He spoke about the system. Give me that real quick. Hold where you at. Give me that Revelation 13, where it's talking about it's the last. I think it's the last verse 18 maybe, or towards the end. We'll talk about this is the number of the man. Let him have wisdom.
They got I sent it to the chat, but out there in Quebec, they the Walmart out there. Yeah. They got it where no customers can come in.
Shit.
Unless you got the jab. And they like walking through the
got the little booth.
Yeah,
bro.
Bro, it's going like I said, John the Revelator spoke about the system in a nutshell, but this is why he said what he said. Now I'm gonna hop back into it.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom.
Yep.
Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast.
Yep.
For it is the number of a man,
Yep.
and his number is 666.
Right, it says, let him that have understanding.
There you go.
So it's like, wisdom got to work with you to a point where you can figure out what John was talking about. Because when you read the previous verses, he spoke about a system being implemented. But he just kind of summed it up like, look, it's the, you know what I'm saying? It's the MOTB, you know what I'm saying? It's 666, but you got to figure out what he's you got to decode it, man. And he was talking about basically the system that we're entering, the fourth industrial revolution, which the danger that it poses is that you have no control over your life, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you're limited, man. You know what I'm saying? The system that he's rolling out is, matter of fact, go back up above real quick. Read the verse, you know what I'm saying, about the MOTV, man.
15.
Oh, sorry.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, and the image of the beast is referring to the likeness of the Roman Empire. In other words, the system that America runs off of, it's basically fashion. It's when you look up that word image, you look it up in the blue letter, it's gonna say likeness. So basically, the American system is ran off the Roman Empire. The Senate, the president, all that came from Rome. When you read the scriptures, man, and how he implements these things, you gotta learn Latin to become a medical practitioner, because the body parts is named after Latin terminology.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta learn Roman numerals and
Yep.
even the architecture structure. The building structure, how do they build this America is simulated after the Roman Empire.
Yep.
Like the Colosseums and they got something called amphitheaters.
Yep.
Like you go to a stadium, a ground stadium.
Yep.
That's literally the terminology. Look it up real quick. It's called amphitheater, one of y'all. Remember that the gladiatorial arenas is the same thing, bro. When you look up
that's the football, fucking Coliseums and all that shit, it's all the same thing.
Gymnasium.
Gymnasium, all that come from the previous empire before. So the image is talking about the likeness of the previous empire before it, man. So America, basically because they keep all the records and the history, and they the artifacts and all that. So they was looking at certain imagery and they was reading through certain manuscripts. We're gonna run our empire off just like this, but we're gonna tweak it. It's like you come up with an invention with a car. Say you come up with an invention with a car. Naturally, throughout times, you're gonna get better with the concept of the car. The car might not have no drink holders, but then you
like phones, anything.
anything.
It started out with that big dumbass cell phone,
Right.
now you got touch screens.
Yeah, you tweaking it.
Yeah.
Over time, that's how humans work. You tweak anything that you get.
And that's how you know the kingdom of heaven got to be after this. Because like you said, each empire built on the previous empire after knowledge and information. Look at what Esau trying to do. I mean, he really trying to put himself in a godlike state and having the people in subjection completely. So, you know what I mean? This place got to be completely destroyed. I mean, when you take just imagine another wicked ass empire would try and build on it. I mean, like what he's doing is literally making you cattle, like a product. Like when you really take time to think about it, like I sit and be amazed at that every day. You know what I mean? Like this motherfucker.
He's trying to put something in your body to control you.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
He's God.
Yeah, and he gonna, bro. The plan that he's coming up with is very cynical, sinister, bro. Get that amphitheater off my shop.
This is the etymology
Who else got it?
for amphitheater.
Yeah, take your hat off.
This is the etymology for amphitheater. It says Latin amphitheatrum, from Greek amphitheatron, double theater. Amphitheater, it says with spectator all around. It says on both sides. It says classical theaters were semicircles, thus two together made an amphitheater. They were used by the Romans especially for gladiatorial gladiatorial contests and combats of the wild beasts.
There you go. That's all we needed. So when you look at a Brown Stadium or an arena, that's nothing but an amphitheater. It's the same layout, man. Like I said, all they did with America is that they just tweaked it. You know what I'm saying? So even with the Senate and all that, they found out ways to get better with the system that was already laid out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, compared it with a car. Like the car, when the car first came out, it was a Model T, whatever the hell it was. It didn't have
seat belts,
shit
like
bro.
that in them.
Airbags. It didn't have cup holders. Little shit that we see now. It started off just that with that concept, but then over time, people came up with better ideas. So with this last empire before our empire, they just tweaked the Roman Empire and made it like Rome 2.0. Man. That's why. Give me jump up to verse 3, man.
13. I mean, Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death.
Right, because remember, and I'm sorry we don't got the signs no more. Remember in the first verse, right? It spoke about the 7 heads. You got Germanian Major, Germanian Minor, the Spanish, the French, the Greeks, Rome, and then Great Britain. Those are the 7 power structure of the Edomite beast system, so to speak. But it says one of them was wounded, you know what I'm saying, which was Rome. Because remember, it was a point in time where Rome was on the brink of collapsing, you know what I'm saying? Then Jake took over, you know what I'm saying, in the latter end. But the Roman Empire was basically through. The Edomite supremacy and them ruling.
The Roman Empire and then the Holy Roman
right,
Empire.
when Jake started toward the end. But the Edomites dominance of the Roman Empire at that time got done away with because Jake started coming in there. So, right, so it said they were wounded to death, right? But it's like you getting shot or stabbed in the battle. People think you dead, and then he's dead. But then you come back later, you know what I'm saying? And you get revitalized, you get healed back up. I'm back. That's what America is. They like are we back?
Like
but
Black Panther.
It's just with a twist, man.
Like
you
Black
know what I'm saying?
Panther.
You might have been in a war. You know, you fought in the war and you might have got shot up, you thought you were dead, but your face might be fucked up and everything, but you come back, prosthetic leg, you look different. They looking at you like, it can't be, man. You know what I'm saying? That's America. It looks a little different, but it's the same motherfucker, man. It's the same system, man. So it was wounded to death, man, but it came back as America. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Jump down to 17.
Okay, first, we're going to get 16.
Let me see. No, I wanted to get this point. There was another one where I wanted to get. We're talking about. Hold on. because there was a link up with that where it said oh yeah, 12. Like,
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 12.
yeah.
And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him.
Right, now remember we was talking about how in certain particular things that when you was growing up as a kid, I remember cursive, y'all good. Y'all come on through, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't
What you guys doing?
what's going on, man?
What you guys doing?
Oh, yeah, you might be a Jake. Yeah, if you stick around, you know you might learn. You know, if you ask the question, and you want to learn. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll teach. But we're teaching about. Matter of fact, before I ask that question, what's your nationality? Your ethnicity?
I'm Latino. I'm from Honduras.
Latino. Okay. Honduras. You a Jake. You Israelite. So basically, because that's over in South America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Central America, South America. A lot of those are Israelites. Matter of fact, they got the sign, right? You know, they don't. Picard got it, damn. But anyway, you a lot of those people down there, you're related to us. And what I mean by that is that you know how the world teaches that everybody's related and all that. That's true to an extent, but God has a chosen lineage or chosen people that He's chosen, basically to inherit the world. You know what I'm saying? To receive basically the new dominion. You know how, for instance, I'm gonna try to make it quick. You know how today, right now in America, America is ruled by what group of people? If you had to take a guess.
The weeds.
Well, I'm talking about. Give me what race?
What, you know.
Right. So, in the kingdom to come, I ain't gonna get too deep with it. We're gonna be on top. In other words, we're gonna be calling the shots because we're God's chosen people. Now, God gave us certain laws, statutes, commandments to abide by, to follow, but we didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, I'm pretty sure down there where you from, you had like what, the barrios and the ghettos and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Right. You ever question why people in that tradition?
Oh yeah. You guys on social media or something?
Yeah, we got YouTube. Yeah, but y'all brothers give them those pages, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Type it in for him.
Yeah.
I have a page myself.
Come on, give that.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 12 again.
Yeah, no problem, man.
And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him.
Right, because remember we spoke about what's going on, man? What's going on, man?
Okay.
Come on. Oh, y'all take care.
You too, man. See the kids about that. Bring that back.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him.
Yeah, because remember we spoke about how growing up you had to learn particular things about the Edomite, basically the Edomite dominance and supremacy. Yeah, that's the reason why you had to learn cursive, Roman numerals, Latin terminology. You know what I'm saying? The previous people, like you had to learn about niggas like Alexander the Great and all
They
that.
history.
Yeah, they history.
Our history.
Yeah, Roman numerals. Basically, what's going on, Mark?
We're gonna close in 10 minutes.
Damn.
Yup. So then you got Jake, the dude that just walked past. He called Esau.
Okay.
He about to open up his establishment. Talking about he respect what we do, but he don't want us all out there.
The officer came down. He said y'all could just move down there.
Yeah, but I did say we gonna close at 10.
Okay, all right, so going back into the point, exercising the power of the first beast is basically him putting his dominance over us, man, and indoctrinating us with his mindset, his philosophies, man. So he exercised all the power of the first beast, implementing the laws of the previous Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. That's exercising all the power of the first beast. Go ahead.
And causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast,
right,
whose deadly wound was healed.
Right, which was wrong. You know what I'm saying? It said, bring that back, all right?
It says, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
There you go. So, the third verse links with the 12th verse, man. If you had a question about, well, who was the, you know know, how did it get? What was the empire that got healed? Or what was it's in the 12th verse. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So the deadly wound being healed is America coming back as Rome, but it's just modernized, bro. You know what I'm saying? So even with this power structure being set up, man, it's not gonna last forever, man. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? We just probably ending on this last verse and just head down there again.
Back to 16.
Yeah, back, matter of fact, hit verse 16 and 17, then we're gonna come to the game.
This Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right, now we're slowly approaching that now, you know what I'm saying? Because it hasn't gotten to that point where he's forcing it on you, but it is certain people around the world like Sweden, Australia, and other places where they already received, you know what I'm saying, a certain portion of that population received the MOTB. But it's going to get to a point where it's being forced upon you, just like the vaccination. Like to a certain extent, it's not being forced on us like that, but it is, you know what I'm saying? Because the vaccine, you can't go into certain places without even having shit.
It's like this. If they change the currency and change the money, what you gonna do?
Right.
You ain't got no say so and no
real talk.
It's either you gonna take the chip and be a part of society, or don't take it and be as a pilgrim on the earth.
Bro,
you know
and that was an excellent point right y'all. And right before that moment where he literally tried to force everything upon everybody, that's when Yahweh Shah can come back, man. Because it can't get to a point where we on some Walking Dead shit, and you know what I mean? We, you know what I'm saying? Like we surviving, you know what I'm saying? And brothers hitting niggas with bow and arrows and shit. It ain't gonna get to that point, bro.
What's the woman,
you know?
With fucking Will Smith?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yeah, bro. Hell no, man.
Like
it ain't gonna be like that. Now it is gonna Jacob Trouble it's gonna get there. Not to that extent, but it's gonna be some shit gonna be happening, bro. I'm gonna say it like that.
It's gonna be chaotic. It ain't gonna be to where you don't see nobody at all.
Right.
Like,
And then like go ahead.
I ain't gonna put that. I was just gonna say I always think it's gonna be more like Mad Max or some shit. Because you're gonna have like what's gonna be the terrors is like a lot of these big cities. You got these gangs. Like when you think of cities like Chicago, you know, New York, California. What you think? People, it's power in numbers, and then you're gonna have more niggas. Then you're gonna have righteous men. So you know what I mean. Like when you look at Mad Max, it was warlords. These motherfuckers that was controlling sets of people doing gangster shit. So, you know,
yeah, but the Lord ain't gonna have us out here like for years on end. Like say Jacob Trouble hit, then you know 3 years later, you know what I'm saying? We you know brothers hiding, you know what I'm saying, and we in tunnels and shit. But who knows? I'm gonna say it like that. Who knows? But bro, the Lord he far out, bro. He can do some shit where we is like that. But I doubt it. I'm just speaking as a man. I doubt that shit happening. Yeah, bro.
Demolition Man living.
Yeah, bro. Living under the sewers. And he got his man, he got at the men of the Lord and the families of the brothers eating rats and shit. Like, nah, bro. Hell nah. This shit, once that Jacob Trouble happened, the Lord gonna speed this shit up, man. To a point where y'all shall come back quickly, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Yeah, you walk into Walmart. Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. You have your mask on. Oh no, I don't got it. Well, you can't do service. You know, you got the vaccination. You're like, no, I don't got it. Well, you can't service.
You got that Caragma.
Yup. No. Well, you can't service you. It's gonna get to that point because you can see it literally happen now. You know what I mean? You walk into a certain establishment, they won't even take your service, even though, you know what I mean? You know, so we see where it's headed, man. And you know what I mean? If you a brother that happened to be like, well how do we know when the time gonna come? Like Apostle Tar said, to quote him, you gonna know when you in Jacob's trouble, bro.
In the spirit.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's certain shit that's gonna hit you, bro, where like the spirit gonna it's gonna let you know, man, like, no, this is it.
You know
what I'm saying?
When you can't go to the house and be comfortable chilling, like, you feel me? Like, you gonna be like, nah, buddy.
Gotta worry about your neighbor about to kick that bitch in, bro.
We ain't always gonna have this leisure where you close camp and then you go home, chill, Netflix, and you know what I'm saying? And, put your feet up a little, yon. Them moments are gonna eventually come to a halt. And we gonna have to be on you know what I mean? Basically as pilgrims, man. I'm gonna say like the scripture talk about that, be as pilgrims of the earth. You don't wanna be on the move, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got a quick one,
Go ahead,
slack,
I'm
y'all.
gonna interrupt that.
Yeah, because just to go with y'all saying, the point is in verse 3, but I'm going to start at 1. Revelations 1 and 1. The revelation of Yahushua Mashiach, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of the Most High and of the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach and of all the things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
There you go, man. So the time is at hand where all the things that Yahushua spoke about, you know what I mean, they gonna eventually start to come to pass. You know what I'm saying? We still know we got a little more prophecies. Let me see. A few more prophecies to take place, but the main ones that's gonna take place is that MOTB and World War III, man. But go ahead, whichever one you feel, you know what I'm saying.
So this is the book of Daniel chapter 2, verse 35. Yeah. This is the book of Daniel chapter 2. Start at verse 30. Daniel 2, I'm going to start at verse 30. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. Verse 31. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. Verse 32. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. Verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the shape of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, and no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth.
Right. Which we already know those previous that went through the image, you know what I'm saying? It started with the gold and all the way down to iron. Those are the previous empires before, you know what I'm saying? Babylon, Syrian, Babylonian Empire, Medo-Persian, the Greek Empire, and then the Roman Empire. And you know what I'm saying? Out of that, we read Daniel came that little right, which is America. Yep. And then the stone that smote it was talking about Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? He's going to eventually end this place. You know what I'm saying? That's why they talk about how he took down the previous empires that we just mentioned. So Yahushua is going to be the final, basically that final coup de, I mentioned this yesterday. What's it called? Coup de grace? Yeah, coup de grace. Kill Bill, man. Which is coup de grace is the final blow. You know what I'm saying? So we just waiting on Yahushua to come back, and Lord willing, we stay locked in. And after that, we're gonna give our praise and glory to Yahushua. Double honor to the apostle of great millstone, peace and mercy unto the Lord's neck.
Shalom. Shalom.
Hey, we gotta come back so this too cold.